World War II. A name that immediately brings to mind figures the world never forgets. Hitler, Mussolini, Hirohito, those commanders who completely changed the face of their entire nation. History books often begin and end with them, but there was another side to this war, far from the spotlight. Men and women who fought in silence. Soldiers, civilians, spies, ordinary people performing extraordinary acts that shaped the war in ways the world rarely talks about. These are the stories largely missing from classrooms and documentaries. Names that faded, deeds buried beneath the noise of larger events. Tonight, we bring them back into the light. The Berlin professor running secret resistance networks, the medics saving lives on battlefield without firing a single shot, civilians in occupied cities whose small acts of courage changed history. The war spanned continents, from the bombed cities of Europe to the deserts of North Africa, from Pacific islands to Arctic convoys. Soldiers fought on front lines, but behind the scenes, ordinary people risked everything. Every decision, every message, every quiet act had consequences that would ripple across nations. Consider Mildred Harnack, an American in Berlin, running covert operations that provided critical intelligence to Allied forces. Virginia Hall, the Limping lady, traversing occupied France despite physical challenges to gather intelligence. Desmond Doss, a medic refusing a weapon, saving 75 soldiers under fire at Okinawa. Irena Sendler, a civilian, rescuing over 2,500 children from the Warsaw Ghetto. And it wasn't limited to Europe or the Pacific. In every occupied city, safe house, and secret route, individuals performed acts of courage that history has largely overlooked. Every small victory, every life saved, every message delivered, each shaped the course of the war in ways that remain underappreciated. It's crucial to understand World War II wasn't just fought by generals and armies. The bravery of ordinary civilians, medics, and spies often shifted situations unexpectedly. Every hidden act, every subtle maneuver, changed the trajectory of battles and the fate of countless people. These are the heroes we are here to remember. Those who accomplished extraordinary feats without seeking recognition, whose stories have been mostly hidden. By uncovering their lives, we gain a new understanding of courage, sacrifice, and the power of human determination. In the next, we will dive into the lives of these forgotten heroes, exploring their backgrounds, the cities and families that shaped them, and the missions that demanded everything from them. This is a journey of the unsung, the overlooked, the forgotten heroes of World War II. Now, let's meet the first of our forgotten heroes, Mildred Harnack. Born in Berlin to an American family in 1902, Mildred grew up surrounded by books, ideas, and a curiosity about the world. She studied literature and philosophy at the University of Berlin, immersing herself in the intellectual circles of the city. But as the shadows of the Nazi regime grew, Mildred made a choice that would define her life. She became part of a secret resistance network. Operating in plain sight, she coordinated messages between underground operatives, passed intelligence to Allied contacts, and risked her life every single day. Her operations weren't grand spectacles. They were quiet, meticulous acts that required courage, intellect, and unwavering commitment. One intercepted message could have meant immediate death, yet she continued, knowing the fate of thousands depended on her discretion. Next is Virginia Hall, famously nicknamed the Limping Lady by the Gestapo. Born in Baltimore in 1906, Virginia faced mobility challenges from a childhood accident, yet she refused to let it define her. During World War II, she infiltrated occupied France, managing safe houses, gathering intelligence, and guiding agents through dangerous territories. She created maps, planned escape routes, and sent coded messages, all while evading the Nazi security forces who hunted her relentlessly. Her determination turned obstacles into tools of resistance, proving that courage comes in many forms. On the front lines, we have Desmond Doss, a man whose heroism took place amid the chaos of battle. Born in Lynchburg, Virginia, in 1919, Doss was a devout Seventh-day Adventist who refused to carry a weapon. Instead, he served as a combat medic, putting his life on the line to save his fellow soldiers. During the Battle of Okinawa, he scaled cliffs under heavy enemy fire, lowering wounded soldiers to safety one by one. 75 soldiers survived that day because of his bravery. Ordinary faith and conviction creating extraordinary impact. Finally, we turn to civilian hero Irena Sendler. Born in Warsaw in 1910 to a family that valued compassion and education, Irena worked quietly in the shadows of the Warsaw Ghetto. Using tunnels, hidden networks, and sheer ingenuity, she saved over 2,500 Jewish children from almost certain death. Each child rescued required careful planning, resourcefulness, and absolute courage. She never sought recognition, and for decades, her name remained largely unknown. These individuals came from different cities, countries, and walks of life, yet they shared one mission: to save lives and make a difference, often without anyone ever knowing. Their efforts remind us that history is not only written by generals and leaders, but also by those whose names are forgotten, yet whose impact was profound. Next, we'll explore more heroes, focusing on ordinary civilians and lesser-known soldiers, uncovering the risks they took and the remarkable acts they performed in silence. Beyond the well-known heroes, countless ordinary civilians and lesser-known soldiers shaped the course of World War II through acts of courage that history often overlooks. Take the French resistance fighters, for example. In small towns and hidden villages across France, men and women risked their lives to gather intelligence, sabotage enemy operations, and help Allied soldiers escape. These were farmers, shopkeepers, teachers, ordinary people who suddenly found themselves at the center of extraordinary circumstances. They coordinated supply drops, relayed messages under the noses of Nazi patrols, and guided fugitives through forests and mountains. Each action, though small on its own, contributed to a much larger impact. In the Pacific, soldiers stationed on remote islands performed heroic acts in extreme conditions. Many of these minor battles never made it into history books. Soldiers faced tropical diseases, unpredictable weather, and logistical nightmares, yet their determination and ingenuity kept operations going. Some built makeshift rafts to rescue stranded comrades. Others improvised medical care for the wounded with almost no resources. Their courage was quiet but essential, ensuring that strategic objectives were achieved under impossible odds. Back in Europe, ordinary families became protectors and unsung heroes. In Nazi-occupied territories, families of Jewish neighbors provided false documents and created safe havens for those hunted by the regime. Each decision carried the weight of potential death, yet many chose humanity over fear. Their resilience and bravery ensured the survival of countless individuals and preserved the moral fabric of their communities. Meanwhile, medics and support staff on every front often risked everything without recognition. They treated the wounded under constant threat of shelling, air raids, or ambush. Their work wasn't glamorous, but it was vital. Lives were saved, morale was sustained, and armies could continue their missions thanks to these unsung contributors. Even in the shadows of grand battles, there were innovators and improvised strategists. Ordinary soldiers created makeshift defenses, civilians designed escape plans, and local guides turned the geography of their hometowns into tools of resistance. Every small act, every improvised tactic, every hidden effort had a ripple effect on the broader war. These stories remind us that World War II was not only fought by generals and famous commanders. It was shaped equally by those whose names never made history books, yet whose courage, ingenuity, and sacrifice determined outcomes and saved countless lives. In the next, we will reflect on the legacy of these forgotten heroes, exploring why their stories were lost and why remembering them today is crucial to understanding the true human cost and courage of the war. The professors, medics, resistance fighters, and ordinary civilians we've explored, Mildred Harnack, Virginia Hall, Desmond Doss, Irena Sendler, and so many others, shared a common thread. Courage. Their bravery didn't seek recognition, nor did it demand applause. Yet their choices, often made in silence and under immense risk, altered the course of events in ways both small and monumental. Why were these stories forgotten? Partly because history often focuses on the leaders and the battles we can easily record. The quiet heroism of civilians sheltering a family, a medic rescuing dozens under fire, or a spy relaying a single crucial message rarely makes it into mainstream narratives. But without these acts, the world we know today could have been very different. Remembering these heroes is not just about honoring the past. It's about understanding the full scope of human resilience and sacrifice. It reminds us that courage does not require a uniform or a title. It can be found in anyone, in the choices we make when the stakes are highest. The legacy of these unsung heroes extends beyond World War II. Their actions influence the outcomes of critical operations, save thousands of lives, and inspire generations to come. From small acts of defiance to life-saving rescues, their impact is woven into the fabric of history, waiting to be acknowledged and remembered. As we conclude this journey, let us carry forward the stories of those who fought without recognition. Let us remember that history is not only defined by the powerful, but by the brave, the selfless, and the determined. Every life saved, every risk taken in silence, shaped the world we inherit today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of World War II, exploring the lives and actions of forgotten heroes whose courage helped define history. And stay tuned. In our next video, we'll uncover secret societies, hidden crime rings, and untold stories that have remained in the shadows for decades.